Remnant 2's first DLC has just been revealed, and we can't wait to jump back into one of our favorite games of 2023. My name is Codiak, this is Legacy Gaming, and today we're sharing a special preview of Remnant 2: The Awakened King. I want to start by thanking our friends over at Gunfire Games for inviting us to a special virtual preview event ahead of the big DLC reveal. We're huge fans of the team over there, so getting to check out the new Remnant 2 content was a real treat. As the intro suggests, the first Remnant 2 DLC is called The Awakened King, and it takes players back to Losomn, where the king is, you guessed it, awakened. For those that need a bit of a refresher, the one true king was actually in the chamber behind the Fey Council. It's where you pulled out the dagger from his neck, and even though he appeared dead, he was simply biding his time. According to the developers, the one true king has awakened and is out for blood. Corrupted by the root during his near-death slumber, the Mad King sees betrayal at every turn and is on a rampage of revenge. The Awakened King is a brand new storyline set in Losomn, and if you're coming back to the game after clearing story mode, you'll actually be able to jump right into this new content. According to the team, returning players will be able to interact with the World Stone after already having beaten the game, which will instantly allow them to play through the Awakened King storyline via adventure mode. For the first time only, you'll be able to play through exclusively new tile sets, but once you re-roll your story or adventure mode, the Awakened King maps will shuffle in as if they were part of the larger game. This means you better keep your eyes peeled for secrets and opportunities off the bat, because it's going to be the single best time to unlock new gear. The team expects players to work through the new storyline in 3 to 5 hours, but as we all know, it takes multiple playthroughs to unlock everything, which is standard fare for Remnant 2. During our virtual preview, we got a taste of the new overworld map called the Forlorn Coast. If you can believe it, somehow they managed to make Losomn even more dank and dreary than before. Since the One True King's castle first arrived in the Dran coastal town, the tides have become angry and the weather chaotic, surfacing all manner of creatures from the depths and leaving many mysteries in their wake. One of the coolest features of the new overworld is its scale, which the team was excited to point out. There are a number of massive set pieces from the king's castle, which is seemingly teleported on top of the village, to the half-constructed lighthouse, as well as the sprawling slums which hang below. The devs said there was a lot of intention behind the larger scale, and the team hopes it encourages players to explore the far reaches of the map. As if we weren't going to do that anyways. It's not all about looks either. The DLC is packed with loads of new content, exactly what you'd expect from a game of this caliber. At its launch, The Awakened King will add more total items to Losomn than a standard story. We're also told there may be a few items in other areas as well. We don't have exact numbers, but this would include corpse dropses that will appear across primarily the Losomn stories. The DLC will also feature a new archetype, the Ritualist. At this time, here's all we know. Leveraging status effects to punish foes, this new archetype is a master of pain and suffering. Now, based on Gunfire's track record, we can only assume unlocking the Ritualist is going to be tied to some sort of secret. We of course expect the DLC to also feature a number of new bosses, and a little teaser here, Legacy Gaming has been given special permission to show off one of those new bosses ahead of the DLC's launch, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss that exclusive. What we can show you now is a small clip from the new Blade of the King boss fight. Wielding 2 massive lances, he's the only soldier the Awakened King trusts, and by the looks of things, he's going to be one tough SOB to kill. If you missed the massive quality of life update that was recently deployed, when you do come back to the game, you'll also find loadouts, which allows all players to create and recall gear with a single button press. This has been the single most requested feature since launch, so it's great to have the functionality ahead of a new wave of content and gear. The game also features new aberrations, which have the potential to spawn in all play modes and difficulties. These are actually tied to a specific Halloween event, which we covered in another video, so definitely check that out. Now, while the event is tied to the holiday, it remains after Halloween is over, so players can still tap in and secure new corrupted weapons. And speaking of free content coming to the game, Tragic, the game's principal designer, mentioned that an expanded trait cap would be coming to the game alongside the DLC's release for free. By the looks of things, all players, whether you buy the DLC or not, will have 85 trait points to mess around with, up from the current 65. In terms of the upcoming DLC, well, I failed to mention a few key details, including release date, time, and price, so let's get to that. The Awakened King arrives on November 14th and will be available to play at 12 p.m. Eastern for all platforms. The DLC will run you $9.99 unless you have previously purchased the Ultimate Edition of the game. I think it's fair to say our team is ready to jump back into the world of Remnant 2, and with an entire new storyline to unpack, secrets to discover, and new weapons to wield, it's the perfect time to get back into the swing of things. As I said before, we'll have an exclusive preview of one of the upcoming DLC bosses here on the channel, so toss the video a like and be sure to subscribe for more Remnant 2 in your feeds. We'll be diving in on day one with the Awakened King with a whole new set of guides and helpful videos, so keep it right here and never miss a thing. Of course, you can also join us on Discord if you want to hang out with the team, talk about great games, and enter for your chance to win tons of free giveaways going on all the time. That link, as always, is below. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.